People are sleeping. People are sleeping. A little quieter, please. This is a very, very special day, and it's about stage 5, I would say, of a campaign that started literally 2 days after the United States Supreme Court turned down Mumia's last chance, last hope for a new trial.
My name is Mumia Abu Jamal. I'm on death row in Pennsylvania. I'm ex-president of the Association of Black Journalists in Philadelphia. I'm still a continuing revolutionary journalist, and I write for anybody who wants me to write for them. And I'm fighting my conviction, fighting the sentence, fighting for my life, and fighting to create revolution in America.
We began the campaign to get Eric Holder, the Attorney General of the United States, the first black Attorney General in the history of the United States, under the first black president in the history of the United States. And we figured it is time for Eric Holder, the Justice Department, and all the people who claim to speak for justice in this country officially to take a look at this case and not accept the corrupt, racist, outrageous 28-year conspiracy to kill and silence forever Mumia Abu Jamal.
Because he was an outspoken partisan of the oppressed and defender of the MOVE organization, at age 26, Jamal was well known throughout the city. On December 9, 1981, he was accused of the killing of a cop on the streets of Philadelphia. Jamal saw a cop beat his brother, who had been stopped for an alleged traffic violation. Jamal rushed in, taking a near-fatal bullet in the stomach. When the smoke cleared, the cop was dead. Jamal was sitting on a curb, bleeding profusely.
I was charged with homicide of a police officer in Philadelphia. I was convicted of murder in the first degree and sentenced to death.
Good morning, sunshine. We out on the road, out on the main highway, taking a case of Mumia down to Washington State. Oh, sunshine.
The plan is to go to the Presbyterian Church first, where, surprise, surprise, we're going to be greeted with coffee and tea by the good old Presbyterians.
Wonderful.
Revolutionaries.
Revolutionary Presbyterians.
Supporting Mumia.
All right. That's the right place. Sometimes you gotta cut your losses to protect your children.
If you follow this case, anybody looking at it would see, anybody with half a brain, really, would see that something is so wrong with everything that happened in this case from the beginning to now, which is the end of the legal system process, though they're still trying to execute it.
Keep your eyes on the
Okay, we're here.
Hold on. All and silence began to shut. The jail door opened and they walked out. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize.
So we are here today feeling very strong. We've gotten thousands and thousands and thousands of letters from all over the world addressed to Eric Holder. When I left my house this morning at 3:45 from New York City, the emails were still arriving from Germany, from Mexico. Today we found out that the exact figure of a trade union, a huge trade union, 12 million member trade union in Brazil, has endorsed the civil rights movement. We have gotten letters from South Africa, from Togo, from Afghanistan and Pakistan, from Venezuela, hundreds and hundreds of them from Mexico, from all over the world with passionate messages, fighting for Mumia's freedom, fighting for the fact that he's innocent, fighting the outrageous system of injustice that dominates the court system in the United States. That doesn't just affect Mumia. That affects thousands and thousands of young men of color in particular, thousands of Muslims who are now being attacked nonstop.
We are very proud to join with all of you, the concerned organizations and individuals represented in this room, to underscore the fact that human rights abuses in Mumia Abu Jamal's case have still not been addressed. And we will continue our call for a new trial for Mr. Abu Jamal until he has his deserved day in court to raise.
This sort of violation of Mumia's civil rights should not be tolerated. That's why we're going to the Justice Department. Thank you very much.
And Mumia represents our resistance. He represents the people. He represents oppressed people. He represents people who love justice. He represents political prisoners. He represents resistance to police brutality. He represents the opposition to the death penalty. He represents the growing sentiment that something is so fundamentally wrong with the prison industrial complex that we've got to wipe it out. End it. End it. We got to start some other system of dealing with so-called crime, which is often not really crime, which is often issues of poverty.
In the old days, Dr. Huey Newton said, the spirit of the people is more powerful than the man's technology. And when people recognize their power, the power to say no, the power to say enough, the power to say, well, damn it, let's get together and change this thing, then anything is possible. If that message gets out there to kids, to young adults thinking about their tomorrow, then it don't matter what they do to me, they ain't stopping me. Because revolution is my religion.
When I left for New York the other day, we had an execution, the 440th execution in Texas. When I get back Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, there are executions. Executions happen in Texas. It's like an assembly line, and it's terror. And the terrorists are the people that are imposing the death penalty on poor people, and particularly people of color. The death penalty is so racist. Executions are just a continuation of lynchings. But instead of people hanging from the tree, they hang them in the courtroom. That they're legal lynchings, and don't mistake anything else about the death penalty. I thank y'all for being here. It's an honor to be here with you and standing up for Mumia.
Mumia Abu Jamal began to shout. The jail door opened and he walked out. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on.
Mr. Holder! We have many petitions.
Equal treatment under law.
Okay, Alejandro Mejar is here, ready to accept the packages.
Here 28 years later today, despite not having a fair trial, despite witnesses coming forward and recanting their testimony, saying that Mumia is innocent, despite worldwide pressure today to free Mumia. Because this government, this system has still turned a blind eye to justice for Mumia Abu Jamal. And that's why we out here today. We're not out here asking, we're not out here begging, but we out here demanding justice for our brother Mumia Abu Jamal. That's why we're out here today.
Wall by wall.
Well, thank you very much. Again, I need to take the documents in. We can't be out here any longer. But I'll be happy to provide it to the appropriate office. Thank you. Okay. Or anything else? All right, you all have a nice day. Thank you.
Organize and fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on.
Your international voice of protest becomes a sweet song of hope for the thousands of us in the United States sitting on the brink of death. I'm honored to join you and this noble fight. On the move from death row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.